too far, if I go to my HR department, because cunts at work keep putting the spoon in the fucking coffee pot first and then put it in the sugar.
Oh, I hate that when you see the little brown fucking balls in your sugar.
Yeah. Who's doing this?
I don't think that's an unreasonable complaint.
It's not the brown ball in the sugar, it's the bits of fucking coffee in the sugar. What if I'm having a cup of tea?
It depends on what the HR person drinks. If they're
Mm.
like a tea drinker, they won't give a fuck.
Genuine question. Like,
No,
if
that
they kept
is
doing that and I said, look, whoever's doing this, knock it on the head, or I'll knock you on the fucking head, could I then go to my HR department?
surely if you went to HR, they'd let you put up a sign like above the tea, coffee, and sugar bit.
Yeah, that'd be the first bit. That'd be like a formal warning.
No double dipping.
Then I'll stand there and give people verbal warnings. Well, it ags me out, man.
Yeah,
Like, there's no fucking need. It's simple. Just put it in, put in sugar first, coffee second. No cunts ever complained about sugar in their coffee.
and you ain't got to wet the spoon in between. Why are
Mm.
you using a wet spoon? That's why I'm sticking to it.
Man, these are the problems I'm facing nowadays.
Proper first world problems.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I wouldn't mind, but it happens at home as well. And I know I ain't the fucker to do it.
Yeah, well, there's only one other person to blame then. That's probably why it's agging you out so much because you
It's
know
not, it's
the
at
culprit.
work. It's at work. It ags me out. Filthy animals.
Anyway, how you been, mate?
So, I don't know. How far do you want to go back? It's been a while.
I know. What is your first one this year, isn't it? Fucking feels like it.
Yeah, we did a mess around one. We'll just delete that into the
Well, no, I'm
history.
thinking this is the mess around one. We did, what was it, episode 1 of season 3, and then,
Published.
well, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of shit's gone down in this time. We've been busy people. For example, I've grown the fuck up in the last 3 or 4 months. Driving now.
What do you want? A Blue Peter badge?
No, like disabled badge. 'Cause parking's a
That you can
cunt.
park outside
So
my
yeah,
house.
if you could give me a disabled badge, that'd be so much
Is
better.
it
than a
illegal?
Blue Peter
Because
badge.
I could get my hands on a disabled badge.
I can limp really well. Years of football, I can pull off a fake limp.
I don't mean I'm like a dodgy fence or anything. I mean,
No,
like,
you
I
are
know
a
someone.
full-on cripple.
My mum has one.
Yeah, but you
For me
and your
now.
back,
Yeah, I could probably apply for one.
I'm
To be fair.
pretty sure you'd get one.
Felt like it yesterday.
But mate, grown the fuck up. I'm driving. I've moved in with the missus. We're now living together.
Yeah, this is quite a development. I'm not gonna
Adult
lie.
life. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I never thought. Well, to be fair, you put it off as much as you could in terms of, but then you fucked it. You put down a fucking mark and you went, if this happens, then I'll do that, and then you achieved it, and then you had to move in. Really, you fucked it.
Well, yeah, there was no public transport around us, so it was like I'm only moving in when I can drive, and then I pass first time, I'm like, fuck, I'm moving in.
Was there, like, because genuinely you're going to be well happy about passing your test. I know you love your own space, and I know you love living with the missus as well. But was there a little bit of you that was like, well, if I don't pass, then yeah,
No, there was a little bit of me that goes, do I have to tell her I passed? Could I get away with saying I failed? And then, like, let me get this straight. That's nothing against her. She's lovely,
yeah.
but I am a proper. I like my own space kind of
You're a
person.
creature of habit.
Yeah. Well, I just like to be left the fuck alone, if I'm honest.
Yeah, true.
But, yeah, there's a big part of me. Did I tell you the story behind passing? This is a banger. Right. So,
No, do you know what? I think you were going to tell me about this. We mentioned this just before we
and I
come
held
on
it
the way,
off.
and you was like, "No, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm going to wait till we do a pod." I ain't done one for so fucking long. I think, go on, what you got?
Mate, this is a banger, right?
What
And
you
my
got?
driving instructor, bear in mind, he's like a close mate's dad. When I say a close mate's dad, it's Hi Alex. He's been on, done our football
Well, how's
special
dad?
last year. Alex's dad, Trevor, right?
People don't know that Al could be a 3 times published broadcaster, but he's only got one hit in the ether.
But we've only edited one.
He could have been. He's like the fucking bad penny of broadcasting.
He could be like our regular guest spot that is a regular that doesn't get regularly published.
Yeah.
But right, so it's his dad. I've known Trev for years. We used to go around Alex's like as teenagers and stuff. I know Trev very well, right? So whenever we had driving lessons, it was a proper laugh because he's an Arsenal fan as well. So we're in a similar boat, bit of stick between us. It's been fun. On the day of the test, I'm like, right, lovely jubbly. Like I've gone round the shop beforehand, got me fags. Back, I'm set. I'm having a fag. I'm well ready. I'm awake. Like I've had a coffee before. I'm good to go. Yeah. So we drive to the area. It's about about 20 minutes, half hour away from where I live. So we're going like an hour early to just do a test run and then crack on with the test. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally 40 minutes before my test is due to start, I turned to Trev and I'm like, I ain't got my fucking provisional. He went, yeah, all right, good one. I was like, Trev, I haven't got my provisional because you have to have it for the test.
Yeah, but surely people ain't gonna book that. They must be knowing, like, you ain't gonna get a license if you ain't already got a provisional. You know what I mean? You have to have
But you
that.
have to show it on the day that you have a valid provisional. That's like check one of your test. Before they make you read number plates and shit, they're like, Cole, what's your name? Get your
You gotta have that
license.
written test pass as well, ain't you?
Yeah, that was done the theory. Yeah.
You gotta do that before you're allowed to get your license. Or
Yes.
can you pass your test and then do your theory?
No,
Oh.
no, you've got to have your theory done first. But somehow they know this. It's in the system. I ain't got to prove that. Just got to give them the provisional. Yeah. So basically, one job. Fucking forgot it, didn't I?
Hmm.
He was a legend. First thing he said, he went, get out, swap seats. I was like, why? He went, because I can break the law and you can't. 85 mile an hour. I'm not going to name roads and I'm not giving out his surname just in case. Mate, he was ragging it, weaving through traffic. I've sprinted into mine, got my provisional. There was no one indoors as well. This is when I was like living at home.
Mm.
No one indoors. So I'm like, fuck, no one can run it around the corner to me. Sprinted in, sprinted back. He's got me there with 2 minutes to spare. Think of the pressure that I'm under now. I'm like, I've got to fucking pass now after he's pulled off that miracle.
Yeah, after all that caffeine, I'd be fucking raging by now.
Mate, I was not mentally prepared for this test. I'm literally going,
Maybe
right, I'm
that's a
good to go.
good thing though, isn't it?
Yeah.
People overthink shit.
I didn't get a chance to think about it, mate. And I was just like, boom, let's go. And yeah, smashed it. First time.
I saw a decent one in the paper the other day. I think it was Grandad. Grandad giving the granddaughter driving lessons.
Yeah.
Drives her to the test. They know what the test route is.
Okay.
They know where they ask them to do certain things like reverse parking, etc.
Yeah.
3 spots, 2 spots or 3 spots, something like that they used for reverse parking.
Right.
So Grandad drops her off at the fucking parking centre, goes back on the route, goes and parks his car in the spot that she can't reverse back into, so that she doesn't have to get made to do that on her test. And so she
love
gets one. Yeah, it's
that.
like, go on, Gramps.
That's good looking out there,
Yeah,
boy.
man, I like that. But I hated it. Most people, when they're learning to drive, get told to slow down by their driving instructors because they're
Yeah.
like, well, we could be better.
You gotta be
kept telling me to
cautious,
speed
yeah.
up because I was just like, oh, I'm not a big fan, man.
Mate, I
anything
did.
oncoming, which is most roads.
Yeah.
I was like, woo! I was basically railing the curbs.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
you
mate, I hated it.
they'll tell you you're too near to the curb and you're like, but there's cars that side.
Obviously, you still haven't passed, but yeah, didn't like that element.
Mate, not only that, I've part of growing up been attending events. I've had a wedding in Bedford, right? It's her family. Proper Italian wedding.
Hey, what do you mean Italian wedding?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I was going up to the father on the day of his of his son's wedding.
Stroking cats. Was you asking for favours on his daughter's wedding day?
Pretty much. But and he's like one. He likes a good joke as well. Like he watches The Godfather, and when he says the family, he's like the family.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely would play up to it massively.
But they're authentic Italians. His name's Alfonso.
Authentic Italian.
The dad. Authentic Italian.
Do you mean Italian?
Yeah, but like not these snide ones that claim it. That their parents were actually Italian. Like they're genuine. They do it different though, mate.
What do you mean?
Their first dance, little slow song, right? You think like maybe a bit of John Legend, Ed Sheeran, maybe something like that, yeah? They put on a slow song.
Joe DaVinci. What's the matter
Yeah.
you? Hey,
Looking at the bride. Why are you looking so sad?
Hey, I just got married.
Mate, they get all these streamers out, tie you up, and
Hello.
like run round you,
Demand a ransom
tying
from
you
your
up.
family.
Looks like a fucking Looney Tunes kind of someone being strapped to TNT dynamite, right?
The fuck?
Yeah, proper tie them up. And I'm like, okay, I can see it's like you're tying a knot, you're bonding together, you're now one. I get that. It's a very old tradition, yeah? Then they start throwing sugar almonds at them. These are rock hard almonds with a thick sugar coat on them. So it's like, you remember playing conkers and soak them in vinegar to make them harder?
Yeah.
Right. Pelt them at them. That's a tradition.
How far are we talking? Like, are you?
And don't get me wrong, it's underarm, like confetti.
Yeah, like if I'm at the back of the room 20 foot away,
I'm going for a headshot.
buzzing
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you would.
But-
I'd just advance, I'll do it.
I can see the tying together thing is like symbolic. Why are you throwing almonds at someone, mate? Not
That's
only that,
that's weird.
silvers. So like 10p's, 5p's and that. And I'm like, so we're pelting them with hard objects
With
on their
coins,
day.
that is an Italian tradition, I believe, is to impart money onto.
There's that, but what they do, the kids go around after and they pick up all the coins and stuff off the floor, and it's meant to bring good luck to them in the future.
Do you,
Kind of like catching the bouquet.
do you remember the old, I don't even know what procession where we were born that used to go around every year, and there was Zulus, people on the back of floats.
Oh, the carnival kind of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
used to
yeah.
go on that, and that was basically people putting themselves on top of a float to go round streets
In
with
fancy
fucking
dress.
10-year-old kids wearing Foot Locker
Oh.
tracksuits, pelting sharpened pennies at their heads because they've been scrubbing them on the fucking concrete all morning. You got Pebble Dash, man. Them motherfuckers.
But I genuinely was like, but yeah, I was kind of like, I get it, like the whole tying the knot together and throwing maybe money at them for good luck, but surely notes. You don't want to fucking take an eye out on their wedding day.
No, I'm
Do you
sure
know
you
what
have
I
to
mean?
fold it up like a fucking aeroplane, so that's more dangerous.
Like
Isn't it?
my paper aeroplanes are banging as well.
Never be good as the geezer at England.
I don't know. I reckon I could make him a paper aeroplane. His technique will take it to the finish line.
Geezer, he threw that from like pretty much the top row at Wembley down into the centre circle.
That was it. Have you seen that video? They throw
incredible.
it from the top of the stadium and it literally goes the whole way.
Yeah, I think this is what I'm talking
over.
about.
Oh, at Wembley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Wembley.
And it flies from one end of the pitch all the way
Yeah.
to the other. And the whole crowd are now
Brilliant.
watching this paper
Yeah, but
aeroplane,
they clock on halfway through. Like,
ignoring the game.
that's incredible.
Love that shit.
Yeah.
Hold on. One other thing. This will blow your fucking mind, right? We are in tomorrow's world. So in Bedford, just outside Milton Keynes, this is where it all started. Co-op have got delivery robots. If you haven't seen it, Google this shit. And anyone listening, Google this shit. The future is here, right?
Do you know that China have got human eating robots?
Okay, why would you invent that shit?
They genuinely have got human
Why
eating
would
robots.
you invent that shit?
They've been made to clear battlefields. They eat.
Oh, dead bodies.
Yeah, they eat.
Right.
No. They eat the dead bodies and they convert the energy to power their cells. They run on biochemical breakdown.
This is the start of like Terminator or something.
Why are we
where
making
robots have gone
robots that
bad.
fucking get charged up by eating humans? This is a
They-
genuine thing.
They need to live on human flesh
It's a
to.
genuine
Nah,
thing. Yeah,
that's-
by breaking down biochemical matter,
Yeah,
which is us basically. It's not animals, it's us.
I mean, it sounds horrible, but couldn't that add towards the energy like shortage?
But this is the weird thing. You could have just invented that machine and it could have run on batteries. It would have done the same job.
Yeah,
It would have cleared the battlefield. It would have stopped like disease spreading, etc. But some mad Chinese cunt
wow.
went, yeah, I can do that. But the power source is going to be the dead humans. Can we not just put a battery in it, Yoshi? Nah, bro.
No, why
gonna
waste
need
money
to
on a
eat-
battery?
It's going to need to eat the humans.
There's flesh everywhere. No, that's fine.
So what's your co-op machine doing then, bro? Is it eating humans?
Well, no, it's delivering shit, but that's nowhere near as good as the Chinese now. Well, as good or bad. But mate, these things are crazy, right? Because they're clever. Yeah, they're only about what 3-4 foot high. It's 3 foot high once it's on its wheels. Yeah,
Like 5-year-old.
it's got a little flag up. You know, like post box. If you've got post, so if it's got shit in there, it's got a little flag up. My first fault
What are you
being
saying? Is
being
this
from-
real? Is this in
I promise
operation
you
now?
I promise you now.
The
So
fuck?
where my missus' mum lives, literally round the corner, there's a co-op, and you look out the window, and these fuckers are everywhere. If they could fly, it'd be like the Jetsons. They're everywhere, mate. They're just literally strolling down the road.
For real,
The crazy thing they do, they can detect where a driveway is, and they literally go along your wall, stop at your driveway, and then go. And we tested it, right? Me and stepdad came back from wherever we'd been, and he's reversing up onto the drive, and I'm like, just stay there on the pavement, because one's literally coming 2 houses down, coming our way.
How is this shit real?
I promise you now. So I'm like, just stay there. You know, like where your drive is, and you've got the drop curb in between. I'm like, stay on the pavement bit.
Right.
And it comes up, stopped at the one before, and then went, nothing was there, stopped at our one, just sat there. It knew the car was there. And it was just like, no, allow it.
Well, that's the sensor. That's right. Someone needs to test these fuckers out. Like, throw a few feints at it, a couple of jabs.
Mate, they have. They're in full operation. There's about 10 of them at this tiny little co-op around the corner to them.
This is mad.
And apparently you started in Milton Keynes and they're everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
But I naturally think, and surely most people do, what if someone breaks into it and takes my shopping? Apparently, they lock down,
Yeah.
you can't get into it, and it screams like a fox. Like the siren, and it's like, "Eh." So it
Oh, death
alerts
whistle.
everyone around it and makes
Wow.
them run away.
How have I fucking missed this?
These fuckers can cross roads. I see one sitting at traffic lights, waiting to cross a road, waiting for it to go green, and then crossed. How? How is this happening?
You know, there are robots that act off of flesh.
Yeah, can we stop going back to it? Because this is genuine stuff of nightmares.
When you start building in organic matter as being part of the circuitry, as in it needs that to
That's
complete a
just
circuit,
mental.
we're fucking asking for this shit. You motherfuckers not seen Terminator 2?
This is what I'm saying. You've started the potential for robots to take out the human species.
What was them fuckers called?
I
Something
don't
tech.
know, mate. I don't know. But that was a thing of dreams. That was sci-fi. That was
Yeah.
like, this is the worst case scenario. And some Chinese prick invented it. Why are you trying to wipe out the? Maybe that's what they're doing. They're just trying to wipe out the world. Maybe it eats humans that are not Chinese. Well, coronavirus didn't work. It was trying to wipe everyone out apart from them. So now they're going outright. Just we're going to make robots that eats everyone apart from us, and then we're going to have global domination.
I don't want to have an agenda against these people. They make good food. But someone needs to keep an eye on these sneaky motherfuckers. I've said it once, I'll say it again.
Just to not seem prejudiced, I'm sure if you did that much research into any one particular country, you'd find enough reasons to hate them.
Tell you, these are some shady fucking motherfuckers. They're just an odd bunch, man. They're an odd bunch.
Right, look, that's enough about me. Because to be fair, I've done quite a bit in the last.
Do you reckon
couple of
Chinese
months.
people would take if he was a cannibal?
Go on.
Like,
I know where you're going.
if you ate someone from China and you ate someone from India, would they have a similar discussion? Would they be like, "Do you fancy a Chinese tonight, bro?" Like, would they taste different? They eat different food. They eat different
But
food.
they do, because the Chinese people say that we smell like milk because they don't have any dairy in their diet, really, apart from noodles and stuff.
No, man, if you're, eating asparagus, your dick's going to taste like asparagus.
No, but we sweat it out, and apparently we smell like milk.
If you had to eat human, what race are you eating?
Oh. It depends. Are we going on who we think would taste good without any knowledge, or we got to look into their diet and what they eat?
I would bring genetics into it. Like, for example, Russians could taste fucking great. They could be like Russian salads, but they're big cunts. You're not going to take a Russian down.
Well, I wouldn't want someone who's built, because I don't like firm meat. Do you know what I mean? I like my steak. I like it soft, juicy, bit of blood.
See, I like mine lean, so I'd have to go Africa. I think they're lean people, aren't they?
I suppose it's science that their muscles are kind of tighter to their bones and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I'm going like south of the border.
no, see,
North of the
I'm
border.
going
Where
like
am I going?
Hawaiian, plump. You know, like when you overfeed a pig, so you get
Uh,
more meat.
Like foie gras.
I'm going plump
Hawaiian
Hawaiian.
people foie gras.
He's been eating good things. He's been eating like fresh fish and fresh meat, like wild meat, maybe. Yeah, mate. Loads of vegetables. It's big out there, isn't it? Loads of fruit. Fucking fruit everywhere. I'm going Hawaiian. And I have no idea what it tastes like.
I can't believe we just made a conversation out of a random thought of me wondering if Chinese people taste like Chinese food.
We've fully just deliberated.
You would like, and that's not a derogatory. You would taste like your environment. Chinese people eat Chinese food. They're Chinese. It's their food. Therefore, it's Chinese food.
Yeah, but how would that come through in the meat?
Yeah,
Surely
dude just turns up with an
like-
upside down saucepan on his head. He's like, yeah.
tastes like chicken.
Oh, he went there.
What?
Accents.
No. Tastes like chicken. That's a classic old saying when you don't know what anything tastes like. Like people go, "Oh, I had crocodile." Oh, what does it taste like? Tastes like chicken.
All right. On the playback, you're going to realise that you alluded to racism there.
Eluded.
Alluded. It wasn't full on. You didn't like commit.
Well, it wasn't intentional.
To be fair, that is one of my funniest memories of things that people don't see that I see when we're recording. It's one of our very, very early podcasts. You went to say something and it was reflecting on somebody's race, and you went to say
No,
a
it
word.
was you. It was you with Chinese.
And
I
was it me?
realised, yeah, no, I did it, but you were saying something about Chinese, and I reacted something. I went,
And you
ah,
call yourself in the first syllable, you like
no,
caught yourself.
because I just remembered something. So I was like, ah, but you thought I was going there.
Bollocks, I'm calling you out,
I
bollocks. That was you about to drop an accent and you was like, "Oh, I don't think I can do
Wait,
that."
I can edit. I edited out before. I could do it again. All right. Anyway, look, enough about me because I've been talking non-stop for a good
Yeah.
wow. Okay, a while. What's happening with you, mate? Because it's been a good 2 or 3 months. Surely some shits has happened in your
So
life.
yeah, some shits, man. I mean, I'm gonna say it. It's both happened to us. We've both been through it. We lost someone very close to us recently,
Yeah.
and we both walked him into the church on our shoulders. What I didn't expect was to be laughing my head off
Oh my god. Yeah.
10 minutes before doing so.
Well, just to kind of set it for everyone, um, R.I.P. John outright.
Yep, big up, Wobbs.
R.I.P. John. That's your father-in-law,
Yep, father-in-law.
and we're very close with your in-laws
Yeah,
because
you're
you see him
fam. You're
regularly.
one of the family, definitely.
Well, not just me. I just mean like for you in general as well. You see them very often, almost daily. If
Okay, yeah,
your
I'll
little
see
one's
the
going
yeah,
around
I
there,
see them more than my own family. To be fair.
exactly. You're close with them. So it was, without going into emotional shit, it was a big deal for both of us, and it's a tough
Yeah.
time to
We're
see.
young men. We haven't seen that many people off in our life, and I've certainly never carried a coffin in my life.
No, and he did suffer a bit. He died from cancer, and
Yeah,
it all happened pretty quick,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we saw the worst of that as well. So it gets to the funeral, and I'm
But
not
yeah,
gonna
it's
lie.
not a day
I'm
you
just
think you're
setting
going
the
to be
scene.
laughing,
I
is
want
it?
you
Do
to
you know what I
finish
mean?
your story because it's
Not a
brilliant.
day.
I'm just setting the scene. So all of that, we get to the funeral, and we get called up by the pallbearer to be like, look, lads, this is how it's gonna go. When we ask you to do this, like you've got to turn here and left foot first and all that, right? So they're explaining it, and it's I've never looked at you and you've been welled up to the point where
Oh
you
yeah,
you
man.
might cry, and
Did you
I've
hear?
never
Did
seen you
did
like
did
that.
you hear me say to you? It was about halfway through him saying something. I was like, I'm never going to remember
No,
this.
you. I think you turned around and said none of this is going in.
Yeah, well, yeah, that. I was
Yeah,
like, and it
you
was
was
about
like
halfway through. I
this,
was like, what?
but I was on it. I was listening,
Just gaze. Tell me, just put it on my shoulder and just walk in. That's
and
all I need to
then
know.
this happens.
Geezer is a massive Millwall fan. We're not Millwall fans. We all wore Millwall shirts. It was a big
Yeah,
thing for everybody
yeah,
concerned. Massive Millwall fan. So we've got one of these on our shoulders. Guy's getting cremated as well. Bloke, put it on his shoulder, go in. Feel a little bit of weight come off your shoulders. Go over that step. Don't worry, we've got you. We've got you. Got to go. When you get to the top, you've got the opportunity to do this. You've got the opportunity to do that. You can stand with us if you
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Scouse turns around and goes, "Do you reckon they'll mind if we whip these tops off and throw them on the fire?"
No,
Which,
sorry,
or
it's not
something along
that.
them lines,
No,
wasn't it?
yeah, that was brilliant.
It's like,
But his best
fucking
line of
hell.
the day, we was all round, like your mother-in-law's beforehand, and obviously
Yeah,
all
yeah.
like close family had come round beforehand, whoever's in the cars and stuff like that. Um, and he's there, and we're having a little whiskey in memory because that's what the boy would have wanted.
Yep.
And the scouse turns around and goes, "I heard it's a wicker casket. If that fucker starts leaking, I'm out."
Oh,
And
Jesus.
I
It
was
was
like,
the
"Oh,
timing, weren't
oh,
it? 'Cause we was all feeling tension in the day,
yeah,
weren't we? We was
yeah."
all feeling tension.
But
He
he
just
broke
said
the
that, and
tension
he
perfectly.
just sucked the tension away from the day.
Straight away, I was just like, "Oh, that's disgusting plus hilarious." Yeah, he completely kept our mind away from the seriousness of what was happening, which
I
was
think,
needed,
I
I
think
think.
it's like a superpower they get. I think if you're scouts, but you can either play football, you
Yeah.
can fight, or you're a funny cunt.
Yeah, but it's you just get on with everyone, I think. Anyone from Liverpool, you just tend to be a social
So what do you think
chameleon.
that's down to? Do you think it's the fact that they're it's traditionally working class people? We are traditionally working class people from
Yeah.
our upbringings. It's like,
Well, they say that Scousers and Cockneys are the two best places to,
proper,
like, most friendly to get
proper.
along with. And you think like back to the craze kind of times and that in London, it was all community, wasn't it? Everyone knew everyone, and it was all looking out for each other. You could
Yeah,
borrow a
yeah.
milk off your
Yeah,
neighbour.
that's what I think it comes down to, isn't it? You'd look out for people. And I
Yeah,
think in
you just
Liverpool,
people.
I know that I've seen a lot of evidence of it.
Yeah, they're little communities. People, neighbours would borrow sugar off each other because the shops closed and stuff.
Yeah.
You just help thy neighbour. Get on with everyone.
I mean, that's a short statement to cover a fucking massively wide range of things. Can I
Yeah,
borrow some sugar? Can I borrow rent so I don't get kicked out? I mean,
but
it covers
yeah,
all that, doesn't it?
it's
And
that
if they've
community
got
thing.
it, they give it.
What's happened in the world? Not just us, right? Because it's all getting a bit us up in here, isn't it? What's been happening in the world?
Not good for him, but probably good for everybody else. Old Boris has been bounced.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the blubbering prick had to go soon enough, didn't he?
We got this Liz Truss.
And who I completely distrust.
I don't know anything about her.
She looks like a robot. Maybe that's the first Chinese flesh-eating robot in this country disguised as a prime minister.
Do you reckon we could make a robot that could do a better job as a prime minister? He could look at shit mathematically. You could give it a fucking we've got a 5 billion hole, but we need to fill a 3 billion profit. Can you rinse some numbers for us? Yeah, just privatise this, privatise that, do that. Within 6 months, your profit's going to be bang on, and it'd be right. It'd be right to the cent.
But then you'd have to give it morals, because what if there was a water crisis in one big town?
You do understand this is a politician.
I know, but for it to be different than these cunts, it's got to have morals, isn't it? It's got to have a level of prioritising what's more important for the country.
You can get that in just by interaction.
An algorithm,
right? Very off key, but massively linked to this as well. We're looking at a recording system at work that detects the level of sarcasm in a conversation.
Mate, we've got call recordings, and in the playback, it will give you a full transcript. It will tell you when the tone or pitch has gone up or down.
Yeah, so it sounds like a similar thing.
So you can literally
when stress.
Read. It's giving you a statistic
Words,
of how
you
or the customer
word was used.
Yeah, tells you how much you or the customer feels about certain conversations that you're having.
Mad thing.
If you're trying to sell something, for example, it's all about tone, and you've got to be up a bit, you've got to be bubbly, you've got to be likable, personable.
Yeah, this thing knows that though.
And what if you have a little yawn in between? It picks up that.
It knows that.
And then you get punished for that. Well, you can't fucking help it.
What the fuck are you yawning to a customer on the phone for?
No, you can hold back a yawn. I just did it.
Hold it back and don't pick it up. What? Just because you're thinking about yawning, you're yawning. Did you see me just fucking flat face you there? There's no yawn being passed to me, son.
Saying the word yawn so many times made me yawn.
Well, you can keep saying it. Wow, I'm proud of myself. I didn't even get the yawn back.
You've holding back, mate. That's that strong jawline you got over there. Just fucking holding back that yawn. It kills your throat. Have you ever done that?
It's starting to curl like a wave.
Yeah.
Towards the back of my throat.
You feel it at that point. Do you know how many people are listening to this right now holding back that same yawn?
I've done it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you yawny motherfucker?
When you come to the end of the line with a buddy who is more than a brother and a little less than a wife, getting blind drunk together is really the only way to say farewell.
Hi guys, hi Joe here. Sorry we're not being about. We left you with Season 3, Episode 1. We're going to be coming back with Season 3, Episode 2 very soon. New content for you. Keep it locked.
Wait, good knowledge there, mate. You never remember episodes.
Cheeky bastard.
Bye-bye now.